Grandmother Noor, and the Silver Seeds. In a quiet village nestled between rolling green hills and a sparkling river, there stood a small clay cottage at the edge of the fields. The cottage belonged to Grandmother Noor, a gentle, soft-spoken elderly woman with kind eyes that seemed to carry both sorrow and peace at the same time. Many years ago, her husband had passed away, and she had no children of her own. Yet she never felt truly alone. By her side lived her faithful companion, a small white goat named Chandi, whose ears were light brown and whose innocent eyes shone like a child's. Chandi followed Grandmother Noor everywhere, into the garden, to the river, even to the market road. When Noor spoke, Chandi would tilt her head as if carefully listening. Behind the cottage grew a mysterious little plant. Its leaves shimmered with a faint golden glow, especially when sunlight touched them. Long ago, Noor's husband had planted it and told her gently, "Take care of this plant. It will always provide when you truly need it." The plant was unusual. Every one small silver seed, shining softly like a polished coin. Grandmother Noor never rushed to collect it. When the seed was ready, she would carefully wrap it in a piece of cloth and place it inside a wooden chest. She never used more than necessary. When food supplies ran low, she would take one silver seed to the town jeweler, exchange it quietly, and buy only enough grain and vegetables for the month. The villagers often wondered about her. "You could grow many more plants," they would say. "You could become rich. Why live so simply when you hold such treasure?" But Grandmother Noor would only smile. "Provision tastes sweetest when it is enough," she would reply softly. "Too much becomes a burden." The season of heavy rains. One year, the monsoon arrived stronger than anyone expected. Rain poured down for days without rest. The river overflowed, flooding the fields, crops were destroyed, food became scarce, families struggled. Soon, the villagers remembered Noor's silver plant. They came to her cottage with worried faces. "Grandmother Noor," they pleaded, "our children are hungry. We have nothing left." Noor opened her wooden chest. Inside were carefully wrapped silver seeds, saved slowly, one by one, over many months. She had never wasted them. She had never tried to gather more than needed. From that day on, each morning she would take one seed to town, exchange it for sacks of rice, lentils, and flour, and quietly leave food at the doors of struggling families. She did not announce her help. She did not wait for praise. She simply gave. Chandi walked beside her every day through the muddy paths, as if understanding that this was a time not to hold back, but to give freely. Weeks passed. The rains slowly stopped. The waters receded. The village began to breathe again. A question from the village. When life returned to normal, some villagers gathered around her. "Grandmother Noor," one man asked gently, "you could have used those seeds long ago to build a large house, to buy land, to become wealthy. Why didn't you?" Noor stepped toward the small golden-leafed plant and touched its leaves softly. "Wealth locked inside a chest does not warm the heart," she said calmly. "True wealth feeds the hungry. It brings comfort where there is fear. If I had kept everything for myself, perhaps my house would be bigger, but my heart would be smaller." Chandi let out a soft bleat and leaned against her feet as if agreeing. The villagers fell silent. From that day forward, the people of the village often repeated her words. Enough is a blessing. Sharing is true richness. A life of quiet light. As the years passed, Grandmother Noor became more than just a woman in a small cottage. She became a symbol of gentle strength and quiet generosity. In the evenings, she would sit outside her home, watching the sunset paint the sky in orange and pink. Chandi would rest beside her. The golden plant would shimmer softly in the fading light, and sometimes she would whisper to the sky, "Give me only what I need, and a heart willing to share it." The wind would rustle through the leaves, and the world around her felt peaceful. Moral: true happiness is not found in collecting more. It is found in being grateful for what we have, and sharing it with kindness. When we lift others, we grow richer in compassion, peace, and joy. If you'd like, I can now turn this into a 15-minute storytelling